Hey guys, my name is Seniac and welcome back to another episode of FoolTopia here in City Skylines. Guys, last episode we started to expand our little industrial area and we finally got some offices in and a university to start getting those higher educated peeps in those higher paying jobs. Pretty cool, isn't it? So today then I want to try and focus on getting to 32,000 residents in our population. That will then unlock a new tile for us, and then I can then use the train line or the rail line that goes to our cargo hub boat transport thingy exporter. I mean, if that's not the official name for it, it totally should be. We finally get the little cargo hub set up so the industrial areas can load their stuff into a train. The train goes to the harbour and then it gets exported, thus reducing the amount of vehicles on the road by the trucks and stuff like that. So that'll be kind of interesting to see. So guys, if you enjoyed this and want to see more FoolTopia in the future, then make sure you smash that like button down below. And if you're new around here too, make sure you subscribe. Now, I have been thinking, as I usually do after I record each episode, and I don't know how true this is, but it's kind of been brought to my attention. And I've noticed this in Foolstown too, in the other series that we do. If I go to the unemployment, 30% unemployed. Now, that's kind of understanding. It's like, I have 12,000 jobs available, only 10,000 have been taken. Fair enough. I do have 30,000 population, but I'm thinking to myself, guys, you know the mod that I have for the garbage? I'm starting to think, because quite hundreds of people work here. Like, it takes hundreds of people to work there. And I'm thinking when they work there, it's not being classed as they've got a job. So they're still technically unemployed, if that makes sense. But because they're going there, they can't go anywhere else. I don't know. It's a conspiracy that I'm coming up with. But we'll see what happens when we got more jobs. We do have a high demand, so we'll see how things go. Now, this is kind of counterintuitive right now. Because I need to place down more industrial and commercial. I don't want to do it here. I want to do it here. Which means I need to buy this square, run the train to it, put a cargo depot there, expand it over slightly, thus more jobs. But to do that, I need to increase our population. So I think I'm going to work on kind of slightly configuring this area. This is going to be the suburbs to the whole FoolTopia. So this is kind of like the main downtown Fulham we got here, and then we're going to do like a little suburb section here, which is going to be pretty cool. We're going to see how it goes. So what I want is, we're going to actually kind of, we'll keep it plain. I'm going to kind of flatten the land out slightly. So if we're not terrain height, I need brush size a little bit bigger. So if I take it from, let's go from here. Well, I didn't mean to do it there, but if I push this along, I might have to, do you know what, I'll delete the road back a bit and we'll take it from this point. So what I'm going to do is push this along. I know it's very high, but we're going to smoothen it down. Let's kind of up that brush size. I want to try and get this area not as flat as possible, but as close to being flat as possible. We'll take this height here. There we go. So it's kind of roughly all the same at this section. I'm going to smoothen the edges out slightly. And pick that little level there. Bring it out again a bit more. Right, that's good enough there. We'll bring the brush size down now. And we'll try and get like a decent waterfront area. So if I can kind of make it slightly straighter, and then with the smoothing of the brush tool, we get those fine edges. So we'll just run around it quickly, smoothing it off in little spots. Up our brush size. There we go, and then go quite drastic on the smoothing. So this will make things 10 times better in this area. We can flatten it to place down our residential and stuff like that. There we go. I'm not sure what issues that's going to cause, but it's not perfectly flat, but it's flatter than pretty much what it was. I don't want to ruin the natural landscape too much. So let's continue with this then. So let's bring this down. And now because we'll actually bring it down quite far. We'll bring it about here. No, actually no, we'll bring it, because eventually I want it to have another connection. Probably create the connection at this point when we buy that little piece of land, but I need the road to bend round. So if I chose it to come out, say, to here, let's go about there. Yeah, that's perfect. And then this is going to connect beautifully. There's a little bend there. So that way that kind of bends around there. It's all going to be low density, so there's not going to be much issues in terms of traffic. We'll try and do some really good transport links as well. I've even thought about, as I choke, adding in a ferry line to various spots. Not sure where I'm going to drop it, but that's a good little shout we can do there. So let's pick the roads then, and I'm thinking, do I do normal just road? So I'm kind of thinking like the I've mentioned it before, but if you know it, then you kind of get my idea. But if you don't know, if you go to San Francisco and go to where the Golden Gate Park is, and underneath it where you have all the suburbs and they're all perfectly in line in a grid, that's kind of the effect I'm going for in this area, if that makes any sense to anybody. Now I don't know whether to have like technically like a boulevard that kind of cuts through each one. I think I should. So if I took this and rolled with it, we go up by 50, and then this one went up by 4. So that's a kind of little boulevard that kind of separates each area. So if I bring this out by 70, and then I can cut, I don't want it to cut across like that. I mean, it will keep the traffic off the main cut-through road, which is probably a better idea. So do it like that, and I create a connection just there as well. So that kind of, do you know what? That's not really good when it's all suburbified, if that is even a word right now. So let's bring this along too. So we'll work with the one. I'm not going to completely fill this up today. I just need to get 32,000 population, and we have to kind of do it in stages so we can like watch the traffic kind of play out, so to speak. But there we go. That's the kind of first little sign of it. And we eventually build up and around it and added some really good transport links. But that's kind of where that's a skeleton of this area for now. So we'll see pretty much how it goes. It's going to be quite exciting. It's going to be quite exciting, boys. So before we go any further then, let's place down in this area the water. There we go. And I think it will be easy to go across like this. So try and maximize it. Shame I can't do run right there, isn't it? That's okay. There we go. We'll bring this straight down to connect. So the water's over there, which is great. It's great. We just don't have the power over here at the moment. So we've got to figure out a way then on how we can bring power from... I mean, how much power do we have produced? 816 megawatts, and we need to utilize that. So it's going to be for now a power line going straight over until we figure out something better. So yeah, that's how it's going to be. So let's do some low density first then. So if I kind of pause, go bam, 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 we'll do kind of 3 rows just here. No, we do a 4th row on this side as well. Well, actually, no, you know what? I could get rid of those and place the commercial on these sides. So if I do 4 rows either side, and we drop down some commercial just here on the boulevard in the middle, that would make more sense, right? But then rather have... Oh, I've got a better idea. Let me count how many squares there is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if we use only 3 tiles on the one side for commercial and the 4 on the opposite side for residential, then that's very like, I mean, I can only go off experiences, but that's like, because you know, it reminds me of LA. And when you drive down the big boulevards and you get the commercial on the one side and you kind of turn off at the boulevard and go down to the first road that connects behind it, and it's all residential housing. Really reminds me. I mean, I'm sure it's pretty much everywhere in the US, but I've only ever been to LA and San Francisco, so in America, so that's where all my reference points come from. So we need electricity then. So what I'll do, I'll run it parallel to the bridge at the moment, and then we'll just kind of bring it in just to there, and hopefully it grows and connects. We'll see what happens, but we'll let that do its thing. Hopefully these connections are solid. Some people still use these connections. I'm not sure what they're using them for, or where they're coming off. Are they thinking that this is the quicker route, maybe? I don't know. I mean, we can solve that by doing a lane dictation. This is going to... Oh, we have done a lane dictation, yeah. So not using it or treating it to go straight on. Oh, they're using it to turn around. I always forget about that. Right, that's going to slowly start to build up then. And it might be a case that I bring this down to just there. Because that's the commercial is going to be built up first before anything else. So let that do what it's going to do then. And like I said, I need 32,000. Unlocks a new area. We unlock planes as well, so we can eventually get an airport in. That'd be kind of cool. Build our own airport. We've got that mod installed. How is the export area over here? How is the jobs over here? Are people taking the jobs? Yeah, everyone's taking the jobs. They're all pretty much filled up. You don't see much movement over here, and there is no public transport. So it would be great to get the subway system in. But we've also got to think now then, as it starts to build up, our subway lines. So we've got I'm calling it the green line at the moment. We got the green line in. Where's the metro? There we go. The green line in, and that actually can go straight into here, which would be great. And I will run it down, bring it down to this side because it will filter over to here. That's where I want to build the university campus, and that's where they can use a subway line just there. But it's all how we get to Park District, and it might be that I mean, I could either create a brand new line that hooks up to up here, or because I don't really want it to go across there. It doesn't really make any sense. And it's quite a tough one, isn't it? Because I could drop a station. No, I don't really want to do that. It's a tough one, guys. Let me know what you think about that in ways I could get, like, or where should I run it? Do I run it from Park District up here? Do I have the Strawberry Coast to Walnut Hills, the orange line, come down and cut through? But because it goes to the left of the station just here, it might be that I slightly change how the line runs in to then go down here and round. We'll see what happens. I don't want to mess around with the blue line because that's going to continue to go around here. But I mean, I have many options. It's not like I don't have any options. I have many options to choose from. It's just going, find out which one I'm going to pick. But the commercial's coming in. They're not bringing any residential to the table just yet. So let's have a little fast forward then. Let's see what we can get going on right now. So commercial's coming in thick and fast, which is great. It's going to provide even more jobs. It's starting to bring our unemployment down, by the way. So 28% as the jobs continue to increase. We brought it down by 2% by building that small little commercial section. That's pretty cool, isn't it? I'm quite happy with that. So that's going to keep going then. Oh, it could be the fact that I'm losing population at the same time. That could be reducing it. Maybe. Right, we should slowly start to see the grass grow back over here, which will be great. And let's take a look at over here then. So this is our industrial section. So let's pull up some industrial roads. And let's see how we can expand a little bit further. So we'll come off this road here in the middle. And what I could do, if I have it come to just there. And bend it up slightly. Kind of, there's a straight connection down to there, which is pretty cool. I can then use, or have this come up. Oh, actually no. Let me delete that. If we come off like a centerpiece here, it's just to there. Come up a little bit there. How would the bend look here? Okay, not too shabby. But we do have to watch those moments where they're using this as a shortcut route. But it shouldn't be an issue because there's going to be there is going to be traffic, but there shouldn't be that much. Right, utilizing it, bring it down. Oh, we'll bring it up to there for just a moment. Bring that up. I mean, you can have that going straight up, but I don't really want to. I'm trying to figure out what the best option here would be for me. So it might be a case where I go up to, I mean, that's shocking. That is a terrible connection. So maybe I just cancel out this whole little section there. Okay. Right, we'll bring this up. Actually, you know what? We'll take... Who would have thought this would been so awkward? Right, there we go. We'll take it up to here. 20 across and down. Across and down. And we'll create walking routes. Or how would it be if I did create... I mean, it works. That's the thing. It does work. Wait, is that not an industrial road in the middle? That is not an industrial road, is it? Oh, it's getting rid of our paths. I gotta put the anarchy on. Oh no, he's gonna get rid of all our paths. Folio. Okay, that's okay. We'll keep it paused for a second. We'll add them all back in just a moment. So let's go up by 10. There we go. Let's bring it up to there. And I think that's a good little shout there then. So let's get the paths back in then that I've now just accidentally got rid of because I didn't realize what type of road we had. I mean, yeah, what type of road we had in. Let's get all these little... Oh! Steady! What am I doing? I need to calm down. I'm getting too excited. Right, that one that cuts for the middle. I like that one that cuts for the middle. I really do. Right, there we go. So same thing here then. We're going to have... We'll bring it straight instead. Little cut through like that, which will be quite handy. We'll treat this one to have the same treatment. That can go straight down there. Right, and that's pretty solid there for those connections. So water, we'll bring this over slightly. There we go. That's now all in, which is great. Great. Let me see what zone I can get down now. What have I like done anything wrong with yeah, a little bit. Oh no, we had one there, didn't we? There was a path, sorry, just here. Yeah. So okay, that's all in. So we get a few more offices in this area. And then we'll slowly build the dirty industrial stuff and go over this side where will be a better connection for the highway and stuff like that. So we're going like the high-tech jobs over on this side. So I'll get a nice little chunk down there. I want to get a little parking as well. So actually, let's just place the parking. We get like a little plaza down for this. We'll get the one with picnic tables. Now I think it would be nice to run it near the path just there. For that one anyway. And then we'll run this one. Oh, that's perfect. Underneath the train track. Oh, that's so good underneath the train tracks. I never would have thought to do that before. That might be a bit too much on that side. Yeah. Well, no, I could squeeze it in there. I could, but because I got anarchy on, it goes through the building, so I kind of got to like de-zone the building. And I have to use the move it tool slightly in some little spots. Yeah, that's not now zoned. That's not zoned. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Let's slightly turn that a little bit. Yeah, turn it a bit more. Add a slight little bend on it so it's all kind of interconnected, which is pretty cool. I've just got to move, or actually I could just kind of delete that so it flies over there. We utilize it because we can't really put buildings there, so you might as well utilize that slightly and push this over as much as possible. Oh, that's cool. I am quite happy with that. All right, put it back into play mode then. So, yeah. We'll let it all build up now then. We get a nice little chunk of commercial down again. Let me pause one more time for the power. So we'll just kind of connect the power over there. There we go. Back up and running, boys. Now provide a lot more jobs. Have we got the power now? Oh, no, we don't have the power because... Oh, there we go. We should have the power now. Yes. Sweet. So that'll give us more jobs then, which is good in the long run. And at some point, I'm hoping that they are going to start bringing the residential population back. Oh yeah, we're starting to grow over here now. So we could be on the turn for increasing our population, which, oh, we went green for, oh, we went green again. Yep, there we go. We're now going green again. So I don't know how far that's going to push us, but hopefully it is some distance. Will be nice. So while we let that simulate and run, I think we should have a subway stop over here. So at the moment it's just going to be on this side. It's going to look a bit weird, but when this area is eventually built up over to there, it will serve this little region just here, this subway stop we're about to place down right now. So subway stop, and we'll get it right on the corner if it will allow us. We'll just have to drop it there then, because it won't quite go there. But that's okay. And this is going to be connected. Right, I'm going to have to drop it down by 2. I'm hoping that's not causing us any issues. No, you can't see it, which is great. That's kind of what I was worried about there. And this one. Alright, keep this going. And then we just create that little bend to connect it. Right, there we go. So that, you can't really see it from the, yeah, that's perfect. Because normally, like, if you don't get the right height, you see the lines where it digs up the earth underneath it, which is pretty cool. So we just need to now then add a new stop. So if I drag it over to here. So it stops there on the one side. Is there another, where we got another stop here? We got, yeah, stop on both sides. So if I can add the stop just there. So that line, that's probably as far as I'll ever want that line. Maybe another one over here if I, you know, when we eventually build over there. Just for the sake of not walking over the highway. But we'll see what happens with that. It's a pretty solid line. Pretty solid line we got set up right now. They're already using it, which is good. I just now need to rename it. So, oh, we need to give this place a name, don't we? Well, we need to give it a district, sorry. So let's go nice and big. So we designate this district. It's called Birch Park. That's actually quite a nice name, isn't it? Do you have any other, like, what's the other ones? Walnut, Chester, Strawberry, Park District, Full Hatton. I mean, if you got any cool names for it, guys, let me know. But we eventually have like a subway line maybe running, you know, through this whole area. So you get off there and you go into the, you know, the next line or whatever. But if that's now called Birch Park, or BP for short, let's check out our line then. So it goes Full Hatton. So let's say then we choose BP to be the start, because that's where it pretty much is now going. So BP, Full Hatton, Walnut Hills, then the industrial estate. Nice. Well, that's pretty cool. So we've got the transport in for now, which is pretty solid. It's already being used by a lot of folks, and that will make this area then pretty much accessible, which is great. And we'll start seeing people using the bridge more often too right now. Oh, it's very exciting, isn't it? It's very exciting. It's very exciting times. Okay then, so unemployment down to 23%. Yes, boys. So that's now slowly coming down then, with the amount of stuff that we're now adding in. Oh, there's some, these are really cool buildings there. There's some really cool buildings that we got set up there for the offices. I like that. Let's continue to add in some more then. So now we've got the power line stretching over. Let's kind of quickly delete that a second. So there. I kind of need it touching something, so I'm thinking I'm just going to bring it straight over into there. There we go, that's now connected. Glorious. That will sort out a little bit more industry as well. That now starts to build up. This area is slowly building up too. We're going to need some services over here as well. Set up a park or two over here as well. So let's look at the park first then. So how big? Do we go for the big boy one? I think I should sort out the road first. So if I brought this out by 2 by 2, brought this out by 2, because it's where the roads are going to go anyway. Oh, they're industrial. I just realised they're industrial roads. Let's update those quickly. And basically, in the gap of 2 that we've got there is where we'll drop down or sort out some little park areas. Some recreational zones. You know what I'm saying, boys? You know what I'm saying? Right. Okay. So, what we'll do is we'll go for the big boy park just there. I should be pausing this too. And what can I fit in smaller? Okay, so we can get some smaller parks along the side. I'll kind of leave a gap there to kind of connect those slightly. Oh, I should make the road. Oh, that's not the right one. Come down there as we're creating these small little squares. And just picture it when we've expanded fully down to, and these are all kind of in the middle. So I also want to get like a baseball park and stuff like that. I always forget where the baseball parks are. There it is. It's right in front of me. Right, we get one there. And like basketball courts and stuff like that. I always forget. What's this here? That is the park maintenance building. I always forget where it actually is. Ooh. Oh, there's some tennis clubs. Okay, here's the basketball court. Okay, I can squeeze the basketball court just there. The track and field, which is a little bit too big. Too big. And that's... Oh, that's a good size. Okay, we'll squeeze it in just there. We're giving spaces and stuff like that. And then we'll fill it with the rest of the other park stuff. So let's go back a bit then. We've got the dog park, which is also a tiny one, which I can squeeze in. We've got the Japanese gardens. I don't know what that was, but there we go. Which is, again, a little bit too big, but it could be good for this area. Let me see. Oh, we got the botanical garden. Okay, we'll squeeze the botanical in just there. The Japanese could go in, but we also have the dog park. Dog park, Japanese. The tropical garden. We're going to squeeze in the tropical garden. I'm going to place it just... Whoa! I moved at the same time then. I pressed the W key in my mouse. Was it W? No, the A key, sorry. I moved slightly. So that's kind of how this area looks then. We can get something else we can squeeze in just here, which would be nice. And then we'll fill the rest out with trees and stuff. So, no, we can't squeeze a fishing island in. A carousel? Good. Nah, I want something a bit more bulkier. I feel like this side over here is more parks, like small parks and stuff, which is great. So that's pretty cool. So we've got that in there. Look a bit bland and boring still at the moment, but we are going to build this up. We're first going to get the path and put the anarchy on. So the path of the park here can just simply cut through. And I'm actually now going to also move this and this one over. So I can use the path here to just simply slice through this. There we go. So it's walkable in all directions, which is great. So we do kind of the same just here. That tears through the middle. So even though you can slightly see that there, it's going to do the same just there and here. Tear through the edges. And then I can now put it back in. Oh, wait, does it have water? No, they don't have water. Boom, 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 boom. And then we get the trees down, boys. What? Oh, no, that's way too big. What are trees like in this area? I can only really drop them where there's gaps. Can't really place them in the park areas. There we go, but just make it nice. You go a little bit. I'm going a little bit crazy there, aren't I? Get a little bit more greenery in. Just get a different shade thrown in little spots. There we go. Just builds up. It looks so much better when it's all built up and built around it anyway. But that's going to provide really good leisure activities for those guys there, which is dope. I like it. I like it a lot. Right, sweet. That's all done then. Are we getting anywhere closer to our 32,000 population? I feel like we're not. I honestly feel like we're not. But again, at the same time, I've only zoned so far. So let's get some more zonings down now. And this place does need services too. So a nice little fire station. What's this one? This is the Detroit fire station. That could be a bit too big and too crazy. Right, so we need to add in some fire safety. We'll pull it over here, then near the parks. Police station on the opposite side. We need a medical center. We need a crematorium. And of course, we're going to need some schools. So we add the schools in over here as well. So we'll do an elementary school just there. And actually, do you know what? I've got the anarchy still on, so I can slightly merge them in a little bit. Oh, that would have been better to merge on this side because of the shape of the building. It works, okay, guys, it works. We've also got so again, elementary school. Sorry, it'd be nice to get another one in, maybe up here somewhere. So I'll squeeze this one up in the corner just there. There we go. So we've got 2 in this area. High school, would be nice to have another one. And it's quite a big building. So if I place this one, I mean, I don't want to merge it through anything up there at all. But if I place it just over here, we're going to create the walking paths. I might as well do those quickly now then before we go any further. Just like that. Solid. So we've got a high school in then, which increases our demand, and I think that's as far as we would kind of go with that stuff. In the remaining spot right now, we'll get the draggy tool. We do our free row of commercial, and then place down the residential in those little gaps, and that continue to grow and build up, which should be pretty solid. Right, we get a little bit of traffic appearing. I'm not liking how they're stopping there. A little bit of traffic appearing, but that's only down to the fact that everyone's moving into this area. That's all it literally is. So we see how things go. Oh, look at that, 31,400. Okay, the population is definitely growing. We might finally get our chance to buy this little pot of land. Oh, I'm so excited. Traffic is going good. Calm down, Zodiac. Right, unemployment, 22%. We brought it down 8% already this episode, which is pretty good. We have a few little issues with death care here and there. We're getting quite a few deaths coming in right now. The little death waves are coming through. So, is our crematoriums up to scratch? Yeah, I just feel like we're just going through a death wave. That's the issue that we have at the minute. Because you've got quite a few crematoriums. Wait, did I get one over here? Wait, what did I place down here? Medical center. I got 2 medical centers down. I honestly thought I placed down the crematorium here. That's a good job I checked that, isn't it? Right, there we go. Drop the crematorium there. We can have a little bit more commercial and a little bit more residential. There we go. That would help out the crematorium needs right there, right now. So that's all good then. Very happy with that then. Keep rocking and rolling, boys. And we are getting close to 32,000. So we're about to break the seal right now. It's about to happen. We're literally less than 100 residents away. Well, we went down slightly there. It's going down again. Are we not going to reach it? It keeps going up and down. People keep dying. It's playing with us right now. Come on. 32,000! We did it, boys! We did it! Right, get out my face. Out my face a second, because I'm buying this. I'm only buying this whole piece of land just for that small, tiny bit there. How ridiculous is that? How ridiculous is that? I mean, then again, I could create some national parks with really good walking routes to these little castles and stuff like that. That would be kind of dope. But now I've got that up and running. Let's just kind of quickly create something then. So why are these all not industrial roads? I would like to know what is going on right now with these not being industrial roads. Sometimes even this center road is not industrial. I have no freaking idea what is going on anymore. But anyway, let's kind of expand this over by one more, bring it down, and then we'll bring it up. I'm trying to work out where I've got the space to do this. So up by one more, down, and up to there. I feel like that's probably as far as I want to go back, right? Let me check out the train, the cargo terminal. Yeah, you won't want to go back by any more than that. So if I drop this, let's say here, then that gives me enough space there to use a train track to go into a tunnel, which will lead over to this area with its own export area eventually. Eventually, he says. And yeah, let's connect all these roads back up then. So we'll have a connection coming out here. We'll have the connection coming out straight there. And this one straight into there as well. So we've expanded a little bit. Just a teeny tiny bit. And then we'll bring the water over. And then we could also then create a slip-on road just there to get traffic exiting or even entering. You still seem to have a little bit of a hold up right now. But I'm hoping all these vehicles are going to be using this. So they stay in this area, if that makes sense. So we'll get these two little sections there built up with some industrial, some dirty industry. And then we'll expand the train line right now. So if this is going to be quite fun. Right, let me delete back to there. Bring this train track along here. How much of it does it cut out there? Oh, glorious. Okay, that is actually now technically up and running. So basically what they'll do is they'll drive the cargo to the train station here, load it on the train then loaded the export goods will go all the way down to the cargo hub over here and then export it by ship, thus eliminating hopefully the majority of the needs to drive all the way over to export it. Same when the ship comes. The ship will come, and rather than vehicles getting out and then driving to the industrial zone, or maybe into the commercial, I mean, it won't cure that issue because a lot of them goes to commercial, which is all over the place. But some will use it too. Rather than getting the car in the trucks, it will be onto a train and it will come up to here and be exported over here. They'll come out there. So again, it will be interesting to see how that flies, how it goes. It really is. But it'll be kind of fun to see how much it reduces the traffic by having that there. And eventually another one over here to reduce the traffic. Well, the amount of vehicles that come out here to export can be just thrown onto a train. It will be quite interesting. So if I fast forward then, and we'll see what happens then. So a ship has come, vehicles get off. You might have to give it like a couple of minutes to kind of like work its way around the situation. It is a cargo, yeah, I'm about to say it is a cargo train thing. Could you imagine if I put like a passenger one down? How foolish would I be? See, that's just gone in right now. So it is exporting goods. And at some point a train will arrive there. So another boat coming in. It would take a while for like a new boat to come in. That would like be a train. Oh, there's a train. Exporting the goods down straight away. Straight away, boys. That eliminated maybe a couple of vehicles. But it works. It definitely works. There's still a lot of high traffic demand in this area. But we can sort it out over time. But it definitely works. It definitely works. So let's slow this down then. We've got 32, nearly 33,000 population right now in FoolTopia. The next thing that we unlock is when we get to 40,000. Oh, we unlock all the edges of the map. Yes. Well, that's dope. And we unlock monuments and the International and Cargo Airport Hub too. But this is a big one. Once we eventually get to 40,000, I can then pretty much buy all the areas. That's when the real expansions start to begin, guys. You're not going to be limited to space. Well, I mean, we're about to do it all at once, so you got to do it right. But at least if we want to start working over here or down here, whatever, we have the freedom to then do that, which is going to be so cool. I feel like I need to reduce the amount of dirty industrial stuff over here and place down some offices and whatnot. So we can start, because this is going to be quite dense, this whole area. But how cool is the train link? It is perfect. And I like the fact that when they export and they come in, or import, sorry, they literally drive over the whole industrial area, hit the highway, and off they go. So we can build this area up too, and it'll be sweet, boys. Anyway, what is our unemployment like? 23%. Okay, so it's gone up a little bit, but we do have really high commercial and industrial demands. They are screaming for more jobs and stuff like that. But again, we just do it small town by town. Hopefully, we can still continue to increase population. We've got to focus on more jobs next episode, and we will. We'll start working on this industrial area, get this back up and running, because we've left it slacking for a little while. It hasn't been the best, but we can focus on that. Guys, hope you did enjoy this episode. If you did, smash that like button down below. And until next time, I'll see you all soon. So, goodbye.